Hello, my name is Habibur Rahman, and this presentation reflects on my experiences from the assessment center experience and industry day. I will also be discussing about my performance in the ACE interview and the group task, also using GIF's reflective cycle to guide my reflection. I'll also talk about my result from the numerical reasoning test and critical thinking test. Additionally, I will share the key lesson I learned from the work placement and internship season during Industry Day, where employers and entrepreneurs spoke about what they look for in candidates. I will end with my overall learning areas for improvement and clear action plan for my future career development. So now let's talk about numerical test reflection. So in numerical reasoning test, I scored 7 out of 20, and the test included percentage, ratio, graphs, and some simple calculation under time pressure. So at first I was curious what type of test it would be. So I thought I had some test before in Canvas, but it was totally different. So the type of math there was, it was quite difficult, and it has too many options, sometimes 5 6. So it was quite difficult for me, and that's why I struggled. That's why my score is very low, and my main problem was about the accuracy, and I was quite fast and quick, so I rushed because of the timer, and this test made me realize that I need to more practice and get faster and more confident. So for my improvement, I plan to do 2 numerical tests every week and revise important math topics, and also use short daily math exercise to build confidence. So now let's move on to the critical thinking test. For the critical thinking test, I had to read short text, understand the argument, and choose the most logical answer. So at first I was curious, but some questions were challenging and needed a lot of focus. My strength was understanding simple argument, but I found it harder to identify hidden assumption or judge stronger and weaker argument. So this showed me that I need to improve my attention to detail and slow down when I am analyzing information. So to improve, I plan to practice more critical thinking tests and watch LinkedIn learning courses on decision making and problem solving. And now let's move on to ACE interview reflection. In the ACE interview, I talk about why I was interested in the business marketing role in IT sector. So it was a computer company. So I explained my strength, such as being adaptable, willing to learn, and having experience running an online retail business in Bangladesh. So I felt confident speaking, but my delivery wasn't strong enough, and I didn't show enough energy or enthusiasm. So my feedback said that I needed more research on the role and the organization because my commercial awareness was not detailed. I know why she said that, because during the interview, interviewer asked me about the uh, political and economical impact in uh, IT sector. So I was really nervous, and I couldn't answer that questions because I was never prepared that type of questions. So it's really helpful for me because next time I'll be prepared with that type of question. So the interview was quite realistic, but they could have done better because before starting the interview, she asked me about what kind of skill the employer looking for, what job you applied, so if they have my detail, or what kind of role I have applied from beginning, so that could enhance my interview experience more better. So overall interview experience was quite good, and it will help me for my future, and also it will help me to boost my confidence for future. And that's it. Let's move on to ACE group task reflection. In the group exercise, I started quietly and didn't contribute much at the beginning. I became more active in the breakout group, but overall my contribution was not constant. I received good feedback for communication when I spoke, and also for adaptability But for teamwork, emotional intelligence, and motivation, I scored 2 out of 4. The assessor said I should take more simple roles like timekeeper or note taker to stay active from the start and build confidence. So, actually, this happened because of lack of good group leader. If he distributed or she distributed the group work properly, then we could have done better. And this experience showed me that I need to speak earlier, contribute more regularly, and show more leadership in group discussion. So actually, I couldn't had the opportunity to show more leadership in the group discussion because our some of team member they were dominating the group. So actually, I was quite shy that time, and also the topic they were talking about it was not quite as familiar for me. They're talking about the Disney. So yeah, it's quite popular, but I think we could have done the better event for charity fundraise. So that's it. So and my action point include joining the group project actively at university, asking follow-up questions to others, and taking a small leadership role to build confidence. Now I want to discuss about my industry day experience. So there was 3 sessions, so I attend all of them. So first is it started with career development session, and then there was industry panel hub, and lastly there was industry networking showcase. So at first in career development session, so there was lots of business owners were in the stage, so they all talk about their experiences, how their life is going, and also there was some question answer session, and also they shared about the mistakes, what kind of mistakes every candidates do in her experience. So they gave some advices what to do and what should avoid, and how to be disciplined, and what they're looking for in LinkedIn profile. And they also gave advice about covering the letter. So it was quite helpful for me. And let's move on to the next one, industry panel hub. So at industry panel hub session, there was some quiz, and also they asked what kind of salary is perfect for a placement. Now I want to talk about the last session. It was industry networking showcase. So there was more than 12 to 15 businesses was there, and they were looking for some candidates. So they shared about what kind of skill they're looking for in candidate, and also they gave some career advices, and also they gave shared some tips about LinkedIn profile and what to add in CV, what to avoid, like this. Also I also added with someone from Panasonic. He was there, and he also gave some water bottle to follow them in LinkedIn. And there was also quite gift, some chocolate, and some of them bring some free will, and there was prizes if I uh, discuss with them, like this. It was quite fun and also very good experience. So that was my whole experience in A's industry day and two tests, for example, numerical and critical thinking test. So I shared my experience, and to conclude, I want to say the ACE and industry day experiences helped me understand my strengths and weaknesses. I learned that I need more confidence in group tasks and interviews, and I need to improve my numerical and critical thinking skills. And I also learned what employers expect from students and how to prepare myself for placement and internship. These experiences gave me more confidence and a clear plan for improving my employability. Here is my reference list, and thank you for listening.